You guys about wrapped up with camp here, huh?
We are. Done it a long time, right? 35 years, and they're all the same, but they're all different. It's such a fine line of trying to get ready, and we just discussed that. We just didn't feel like we played real well against Houston last year, and disappointing with 3 turnovers. Didn't play real good, on special teams at all. And defensively, we played great the whole game until we needed to stop at the very end. And whether you want to talk about the controversial moving of the chains or not, which I will avoid, we shouldn't have been in that position. So we've really been trying to be way more physical, way more game-like, and praying we stay healthy in the meantime.
What do you hope to see, I guess, from your team? You guys are going to scrimmage tomorrow, and then
we got after it pretty good today. We did a lot of third down stuff, a lot of red zone stuff, and we'll just put the ball down tomorrow and play football, a little more base down situations. We might do some red zone and some competitive fun tomorrow, but yeah, I want to stay up. We're still allowing each other to be physical. If we lose anybody else, from falling on the ground, though, we're going to be in tag mode the rest of the year. And my guys don't want to be in tag. They hate being in tag. They like thudding and tackling. So I got to protect them at the same time. I got to have them ready.
Have you guys taken some hits, or how are you doing from a health perspective?
It's camp. We've lost guys, but it's part of camp. How long, second opinions, all those things, we'll find out.
I wanted to ask about Owen Pee Wee getting voted into a single-digit jersey this year. What did it mean to you to see that he had that opportunity?
It was a surprise, to be honest with you. Just not anything he hasn't done correctly. I just didn't see that coming. And his teammates respect his play. He's grown up a lot, and so I don't know why it surprised me. I guess watching my young guys grow up, you kind of feel like a dad, and you're like, oh Lord, my child is 31 now. I'm about to have a child, right? It's kind of how I'm with Pee Wee. I'm like, oh Lord, I remember we recruited him and how silly he used to be. And it's the same, very similar how I felt when Danye made the flip. And, when your young guys grow up, you just kind of, whoa, he's getting older now. He's not a kid anymore.
He was telling us he got better at stuff like just getting up early and being in the trainer's room. And how have you seen him tighten those things in his time?
Just that. Yeah, Zach Brown's done a fantastic job, which Zach has done since he's been here. Zach's had a part of developing Clarence. He's had a part of developing Danye. He's had a part of developing Day-Day. And now he's had a huge part in developing Pee Wee. That's a pretty good lineage if you're a football coach.
What should we expect from him on the field? I know he's been kind of getting to know that money backer role and all the responsibilities that come with it.
Well, just like I've told y'all since day one, if they can make plays for us, we'll figure out a way to get them on the field. We'll have packages to get them all out there together. We're going to have our best athletes out there whenever we can get them out there. And I know you're thinking, well, just put them out there every play. Well, unfortunately, that's not the way football is. It's extremely situational, and I could see him having a heavy role in our base package, but also situationally as well.
You notice the Roadrunners are getting some preseason votes in the top 25?
I know I answer the question the same way every time. I wouldn't know anything if y'all didn't tell me. Just my life is such a lifestyle, you just don't have an opportunity to do it. And like I've told you before, I mute everyone starting 3 weeks ago, where I unmute everyone about a month after the season, because they're usually not saying terrible things about me, or great things, either way. So I pretty much mute all outside world, refuse to listen to any sports talk, only listen to Christian music on the way to work and on the way home. I just don't want any decision ever made based on outside noise. And so I know it's a long answer to a short question, but I would have no way of knowing it except when like your mom calls and said, I saw you on ESPN, they're talking about the Roadrunners. I was like, Mom, I really don't want to know. I'm so proud of you, baby. I love you too, Mama.
What's your reaction to maybe being a fringe top 25 team?
Well, my common sense would tell me it's important that we're in the talk early, or we sure won't be in the talk late. Now, we got to get off to a good start, and we got to take care of our business. But we just don't get any mulligans. We get no mulligans, right? If you got the right job, you get 2 or 3 mulligans. We don't have that job. Our job is we got to go get them. all of them. And probably they got to be sexy while you're doing it. That's a lot of expectations on some young men and a football staff.
Jeff, how's Denver Harris settled in through fall camp, and what are your expectations for him this year?
You know, I don't want to jinx him, but he's been fantastic. I love the kid. Got a great smile to him. I hate to even brag on him. But man, him and I just do well together. I get after his tail, and he lets me get after him. He's a really good football player. And I hope this thing ends the way I think it's going to end. I really do. But I get it. I understand the questions and the concerns people have, but we have not experienced any of that so far.
Is there something that you did initially that causes him to respond well when you push him?
I don't know. Y'all would have to ask them. I'm pretty much an open book. I keep stuff very real, and my players know that, and I've had a lot of success with guys like him. So a lot of guys like him have spoken into his life, what I can do for him. I've got a great support staff in Joe Price and Nick Graham that also believe tremendously in me and our program, and that feeling is, received to them as well, because I see Joe and Nick the exact same way. And I just think the whole village and Denver going through some maturing process of some stuff he's been through has just opened his eyes up to the things that matter and quit worrying about the things that don't matter.
You told us coming into fall camp that Mekhi Hart might be, I think you called him a bonus player. How has he looked health-wise, and sort of what are your expectations seeing him out there a little bit? Sometimes
we think he's going to be his old self again, and sometimes that knee, bothers him, and we're just trying to manage him right now. We're trying to take a big picture view. I would say not as big picture view as we are with JT, but a big picture view.
How's that offensive line group look overall at this point in camp?
We're encouraged. We are. We think we're going to be pretty good.
Coach, on the note of just offense and practice, y'all are going so quick. But on the flip side of that, just getting the call in defensively and getting everybody on the same page. And just how does going that speed help with communication and getting everybody lined up and on the same page?
Yeah, it's the part that's going to be interesting about college football now is the communication from coaches to helmet. And like I told y'all, we're only going to go faster. It's just more of my personality. I'm a basketball coach probably at heart, and I like flow of game, I like style of game, I like tempo of game. I just like all that. I think it's pleasing to the eye. I think players enjoy it. I think it's the right way to play football. It's enjoyable. So it also helps our defense, because a lot of teams do play fast. It'll be interesting to see how many guys tone it down. It'll be interesting to see what the statistics say about snaps per game compared to this year as to last year, as the year before. That'll be an interesting take.
All right, Coach.
Good deal. Thank you,
Appreciate
Coach.
it.